Welcome to Minecraft Education Summer Series, Session 3. I know some of you have been watching all of the videos and making really creative stuff, and some of y'all have come live to all of them, and you're making really creative stuff. So I'm very, very happy to jump into Session 3 pretty quickly. I am Dr. Desiree Alexander. I am the founder, CEO of Educator Alexander Consulting, and these are all of the different ways that you can contact me. Yeah. And then we are done. This is the last session for Minecraft, but remember, all of the videos and all of the resources are still going to be at edalex.net/Minecraft. So you can still go there, rewatch the video, use the videos for what you need to use them for. They are there waiting on you. And then the only other thing we have coming up is ISTE. So if you are going to ISTE, definitely come and find me. Come say hi. Come give me a hug. I'm going to be at all of these different sessions. And then at the Teak and the Moat booth doing free book signings. And they usually go pretty quickly, y'all. So come and get one. And there you go. So, oh, and the next webinar is Saturday, July 1st. Shift the mood of your classroom by becoming trauma informed. And that's actually not this weekend, but next weekend. So definitely go ahead and register for that one. All right, that's all of the announcements I'm going to do today because this is a continuing series. So if you want to see all of the announcements, go back to the beginning of the first video. So I'm going to go ahead and be quiet so we can do session 3.
So you have made it session 3, build together. We're going to talk all about multiplayer worlds today. Before we do that, I feel like I keep running out of time in our sessions to do a check-in of where you guys are at with your heart. So if you remember the very first session, I said, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to use Minecraft in your classroom? Oh, there I see I have another Minecraft Education edition there I need to fix. Minecraft Education in your classroom, 1 being not ready at all, 10 being completely ready. Let me know in the chat where you are as of right now, and then we'll check one more time, hopefully if I don't run out of time again today, at the end of the session. Oh, yes. Javi, an 8, a 7. Yay. Another 8. These are definitely higher than day 1. I don't know if we had anyone over like a 5 or 6 on day 1. I'm trying to think back. A 7, an 8, an 8. Woohoo. Very good. I like those numbers. Javi says he wasn't, that's right. He was a -1. I'm like, wait, no, you can't be down to 1. We had some zeros and now he's a 8. That's awesome. I love it. Another 8. Okay, that's what I like to hear. All right, so what we're going to do today is you are going to build a piece of furniture for your house. So the last couple sessions we focused on building a house. Today you are going to build a piece of furniture in your house. However, the difference with today is we are going to try to do a multiplayer world. So what this means is instead of you being in your own world, like we've been doing the past 2 sessions, we're going to try to all get in the same world. And it's going to look like this. I'm just giving you a little preview here. These are what are called build plates, and they're worlds. I'll show you at the end today. There's worlds built with these build plates. You'll each be transported to your own build plate. So you'll be building your furniture on your build plate, but you'll be able to look and see everybody else building their furniture. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do today. This just gives you a view of what you're going to see, and then I'll walk you through it. So you're going to start, I'm going to have you join the world. You will join right here. You're going to see this NPC, and you're going to see all of these little buttons around this area. You're going to walk to one of the buttons, okay? Before you click the button, you're going to look around and make sure that no other, because you're going to see everybody's little Minecraft avatars running around with you. So it's going to be different than when you're in your own worlds. You're going to make sure nobody else is standing at your port, and you're going to click that button, and that really cool. It transports you to your own individual build plate. Super, super cool. But you do have to make sure nobody else is around you, so you end up at your own build plate, and you don't have 2 people in the same build plate. So that just gives you a little preview of what we're going to do. And then you'll get to your build plate, and this is what you'll see, and you'll start building your little piece of furniture. So that was the big picture view. Now let me walk you through the how-tos. There are instructions, videos, screenshots, all of that in the slides that show you how to do this. So first off, it's important to understand the technical requirements of a multiplayer world. There are two really important things that if you don't do, it will not work. I promise you. You have to do these two things. So number one is you have to be in the same Microsoft 365 tenant. And that means, so a tenant is like your domain. So your school district has its own Microsoft 365 tenant. I know like New York BOCES, they have the same tenant for like their whole BOCES area, but most of the time it's a school district that has its own tenant. A good way to know is if somebody shares the @yourschool.com or .org email address, then they're going to probably most likely be in your same Microsoft 365 tenant. So we are going to use those demo accounts that I gave you on day one. I'll remind you of them or give you one if you need one here in a second. Okay, so that's number one. So it's really easy to collaborate with the students in your class or students even in another school in your district. It gets a little complicated when you go district to district and have different tenants. But I always just tell people, just ask your tech team to create some demo accounts. And then that's a way that you can collaborate with kids, students, people outside of your Microsoft 365 tenant. We do this in esports all the time. Minecraft education esports. They just create demo accounts and then that's how they do their esports competitions from district to district or school to school. Okay, so that's number one. Enough about that. Number two is you absolutely have to have the most up-to-date version of Minecraft. Okay, if you don't, you will not get in the multiplayer world. You will get an error, I promise. So what you'll want to do here is go to the home screen of your Minecraft, and let me just pop over there. So log into Minecraft Education. You get to this home screen, right, where you see the play button. Got a little avatar here. Down in the bottom right corner, this is going to tell you what version you're running. If you are not on 1.19.52, you're not going to be able to join our multiplayer world today. So remember, if you remember, I warned you at the end, I think, of session 1 to do this by session 3. So if you do not see 1.19.52, no worries. Do not stress over this. It's not a big deal. I'll show you how you can still get the experience of the build plate. You just won't be in the world with all of us and be, seeing everybody running around. But it's fine, really. It's kind of fun to be able to experience that, but it's not the end of the world. So I don't want anybody to get stuck. If you get an error or you don't have the most up-to-date version, just keep moving on. It's not a big deal. I'll show you how you can do it on your own. All right, enough of that. So day one, I gave you these demo accounts. You have to be logged in with one of these if you want to join the multiplayer world. By the way, completely optional. I'll show you how you can get into your own world and do the same thing if you don't want to join the multiplayer world. So EC train, whatever your number was at usmie.org, the password, and I'll show the numbers here in a second. The password is love, the number 2, learn, all lowercase, ! Okay. Your number, if you forgot your number, let's hop over to the spreadsheet here. There we go. There's your numbers. Let me know in the chat if you need a number, and we'll just kind of start assigning numbers down here. I have 39 accounts to be exact, I think. So should have plenty for the people on here. Okay, I'm seeing nothing in the chat. So if you need to, you can go, if you're signed into your own account, just sign out, sign in with that EC Train account if you want to join the multiplayer world. If not, just stay in the account that you're in. Okay, I don't see anyone in the chat, so we'll move on from that. All right, so here is how you're going to join the world. Cross your fingers that this works. I get it. If it doesn't, we're just going to move on, but we're going to try. You're going to click the play button. You're going to click Join World on this screen. So bottom center button, Join World. Once you click Join World, you're going to see a spot where it tells you to enter a code. I'm going to hop over and I'm going to pull a code up for you that you're going to plug in here, and then it's going to send you right into my Minecraft world. So give me a second to get where I need to be. We're going to go, nope. Here. Here. Okay, I can't sign out of my account. Try maybe just closing Minecraft Education and reopening. Oh, I am not in the spot that I need to be. That would be helpful. I swear I did this earlier, and then apparently I moved myself. Oh, hold on. Just give me 1 second. We'll get where I need to be. Maybe. It might be my internet today that flubs our multiplayer world. I'm gonna go. There we go. Run over here as fast as I can. As fast as I can. Okay, there we go. Now, let me go pull the code. There it is. So your code is agent rail map. Okay, so you're just going to find these same little icons on your screen and enter them. Agent rail map. You can hover over them if you don't know what they're called, or just try to match the look of what you're seeing on my screen here. I'll zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. There we go. Agent rail map. So you're going to click, click, click. Hit, I think it says confirm is the button, and that will hopefully send you right into our world. Okay, I'll zoom back out. Okay, let me go into the world. Oh, there we go. We got a couple people in. Woohoo! Yay! I think I can now. I can't change you. We'll just leave you there. All right. Hold on. I'm going to back up. We're going to resume game so you can see. Where is everybody? It says you're in here, but I don't see you. Where are you? That's my NPC. It says you're here, but I don't see you. It could be my internet being kind of poor. Where are you? Where are you? In the house build. Yeah. Okay, so if your join code has 4 character spaces, it means you are not in one of these EC Train demo accounts. So remember, you gotta be in the demo account to make this work. For some reason, let's talk about that one. I'm kind of waiting for people to get in. For some reason, I figured out why at one point, and now I can't remember why. Mine has 3, and every other Microsoft 365 education tenant has 4. And I think it has to do something with the type of tenant or something. I'm not sure. And maybe it was like increased security on your tenants. I can't remember for sure. But anyway, point being, if you see a 4, it means you're in the wrong account. You are here. Oh, you already went to your build place. Oh, so you guys are already building. I'm like, where are you? I'm waiting for you to come in. They're already at their build plates. Okay, hold on. Let's run over here. Where are you at? Which plate did you go to? So we'll be able to see them. See if I can find them. Which build plate they're on. I think there's 20-ish. No, I think there's more than 20. There's quite a few build plates. Yeah. Where are you? Go down a little bit.
Lindy, we have a couple of people asking for the join code or a code.
Okay, I'll put the code back up in just 1 second. I was just seeing if we could find Javier's in here. Can't find what build plate they're on, but that's okay. We'll give up on that. So here's the code again. Agent rail map. Yep, so you're in the demo account and it sent you to the Build a House challenge. So it should have sent you right up here where we started. You should see this here, and you're going to go find one of these little buttons, click it, and that's going to send you to your build plate. So agent rail map. Thank you, Desiree. Put a screenshot in the chat there. Okay. If you were unsuccessful getting in the multiplayer world. Again, not a big deal. Let me show you what you're going to do here. You are going to, and actually let me go back to my slides so I don't mess up my multiplayer business going on here. Let me find where you're going to go. Skip down a few slides here. Here we go. Okay. If you couldn't join the multiplayer world or whatever happened, okay, no worries. What you're going to do instead, you're going to go to your account. Doesn't matter what account you're logged into. You can be in yours or you can be in one of the demo accounts. You're going to click on My Worlds, just like we did last week's session. And you're going to find your Build a Simple House world. Okay, so you're going to click on your Build a Simple House world. If you left off building your house last week, it'll send you right to where your house is, right where you left off, wherever you saved. So you'll see your house on your build plate and you'll see this little NPC here. You're going to talk to the NPC. So you're going to right click that NPC. The NPC is going to tell you, what you're going to do, but down at the bottom, there's a button that says Return to Hub. Okay. You're going to click Return to Hub. It's going to take you back here. And if you remember back to session 1, this is where we started. Very first thing, I had you do the first short column, which was the single player Build a House world. This time we're doing the second column, which is the multiplayer teacher hosted Build a Piece of Furniture world. So you'll walk up to that second column, you'll click the little button. It sends you right here, exactly where we're at in the multiplayer world. You go pick a build plate, hit the button, it'll transport you right to the build plate. Okay, so if you can't get in the multiplayer world, you're just going to go into your simple house world and go back to the starting point, the hub right here, and go to the second column, and that'll send you to your own build plate. You just won't be in the same world as us. You won't see other people running around. Okay. Oh, so Thimby, yet you're in your own world, then, most likely. There are 3 pillars. Yeah, you press the middle one. And, oh, you're in with me now. Awesome. Okay. Great. So, Wendy, it's up to you. If you want to join my Build a House world, you're going to use that code that we gave you. So, on your home screen, you're going to click Join World. And you're going to enter this code right here, Agent Rail Map. There you go. Desiree put it in the chat again. So up to you. If you can't get into the multiplayer world, just go into your own simple house world and just go to that middle pillar. It'll send you to this exact build plate area. You'll just be in your own world versus the multiplayer world that everybody else is in. Okay, so hopefully everybody is in building their furniture. It could be my internet is kind of icky because I'm at a hotel that I'm not seeing you guys building here just because of my internet not being super fantastic. But normally, as the teacher, see how I'm flying around the world here and I'm looking at all of these build plates. Oh, wait, I see a build over here. Look at that. Someone's building something. There we go. So see how I can see, let's see who this is. ECT2, not sure which one of you that is, but see how I can see you there? You're building along, having fun, building your piece of furniture. So this is a really great management strategy as a teacher, is that now I have you all in here. And if you've noticed, you can't leave your build plates, right? So I have you in student mode right now. I'm going to show you in a second how to get out of student mode and get into teacher mode. But for now, I was trying to see if anybody else's furniture. So I'm just kind of flying around the world here. Go faster. There you go. That's probably rendering really horrible on your end. You're not missing anything. I'm just flying around trying to see if I can see anybody else's furniture. No, I only see whoever's EC2. Oh, that's Thimby. Okay. You're the only one I see for some reason building, but, oh no, there's another one. Oh no, you just added some layers. It's the same one. Oh, I love those blocks. Pretty. Okay, so you can kind of see how it might work as a management strategy now, where you're the teacher, you send students into these build plate worlds. They each have their own build plates and they can't leave them. So you don't have to worry about kids, destroying other kids' things and all that fun classroom management stuff. They can just focus on building. You can fly around, interact with them, see what they're building, progress monitor as they're building. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause that. And let me jump back over to my slides. You can keep building your furniture if you want. Keep building and having fun, but I'll go ahead and jump to the next section here. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, we did that. We did that. Okay, so like I said, I have you in what's kind of like student mode, all right? So you are in the world, you are not able to leave your build plate, but notice that I was able to fly around the world and see what everybody is building, okay? This is really critical. If you're gonna use these build plate worlds, you need to understand world builder mode, okay? World builder mode is basically it's kind of like a teacher mode. It allows you to toggle on and off. All right. So those of you that are in the multiplayer world, I'm going to show you in a second how to turn this off. You're going to be able to then leave your build plates and you'll be able to fly around the world like I was doing and see each other's builds. If you're in your own world, you don't have to worry. You're not going to be able to see anybody else's builds, right? But it'll kind of show you, imagine that you have students building on their own build plates and kind of how you can fly around and see how that goes. So use your digital citizenship skills if you're in the multiplayer world. Don't mess with anybody else's builds unless they say that you can, of course, here in a second. So what you're going to do, and this doesn't matter if you're in the multiplayer or your own world, you're going to hit the / key on your keyboard. That puts you into what's called the chat and commands feature. We haven't even talked about this. So you can actually chat if you're in the multiplayer world. Once you hit that / or you can hit enter too, you can start chatting with other players. If you enter a / in that chat and command area, you can enter what are called / commands. They allow you to do certain special things in Minecraft, okay? One of the / commands is called world builder. So when you hit the / and then you're going to hit W as in world, B as in builder, enter. That's going to turn world builder mode, excuse me, it's been a long day, from false or off, false is like off, to true, which is like on. You are now going to become a world builder, which means that you can do anything that you want in the world. Okay, it basically removes, we haven't talked about this yet because we haven't gotten into designing our own worlds, but the way that these build plate worlds are set up is they use what are called allow and deny blocks and border blocks. These are blocks that are specific to Minecraft education. Okay, you will not find them in regular Minecraft, and they allow you to set basically like privileges of you can build here, but you can't build here. Border blocks say like you can't leave this area. So let me hop back over to Minecraft. I'll kind of show you what I mean. Go back in here. So each of these build plates, oh, Simbi's gone. See, she's not in her build plate anymore. So she's flying around the world somewhere. Each of these build plates has border blocks that are set up underneath the grass. So there she is. She came flying back down. So that you can't leave this area. Once you do /WB enter, it puts you into world builder mode true. It removes any border blocks, allow blocks, deny blocks, restrictions, and you can do whatever you want in the world. Okay. So when I was up in this area, right? So if you look up, you're in the world and you see all the build plates. Look up in the center, that's where you started at. When I was in there, you can't leave that area has border blocks. You can't leave that area unless you teleport using one of those buttons to a build plate, or you turn world builder mode to true or on. Then you can leave that area. So that's how you, as the teacher, can fly around the world while all of your students are only in their build plates. Okay, that was a lot of information. Let me check the chat here. We can go ahead, Desiree, if you want to allow them to unmute, and we'll just kind of have some Q&A time, because I know that was a lot of information and a lot of stuff to unpack. Pause here. Awesome. Okay, so you can unmute if you want and ask questions. Okay, Lindy says, I see this, but I can't get past it. Multiplayer teacher. So, okay, so Wendy, I don't know if you're in your own world, or if you're in my world, but regardless, when you see that sign and you see that pillar, you have to click the button on the pillar, and then that sends you to this area of, teleports you to this area of the world.
How do I know this sounds stupid. How do I click the button? Am I clicking the
Right.
mouse?
You right click. So remember how we, on day one, I had you right click the button to go to the pillar one.
Yeah,
we right
because
click.
when I do that, it doesn't do anything. I joined the world. I put the code in and everything, and I'm in under the number you gave me, but it's like he hits nothing. I don't know.
So make sure your cursor is pointing at the button. So there's that little square that kind of looks like a button.
Right.
You
Okay,
gotta-
I'll keep trying. I've been doing that since you've been explaining, and maybe I'm just Minecraft challenge. It's okay. I'll keep trying.
Let me just
That, like, the whole block lights up, but it doesn't do anything. So I don't know.
All right. So this isn't exactly the button, but this is just a different button.
Okay, show me. I'll watch.
Point
I
your
moved over
cursor-
to my iPad so I could watch you and try it on my laptop, but that didn't help either.
So point your cursor at the button. So
Okay.
if my cursor is hovered over the button and right click.
Okay. So let me try again. All right. I'm going to try it again. I know you probably have a million other questions, so just I will go off and I will mute myself and I will try again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good point, Desiree. Do your normal tech things. If you need to just close Minecraft, restart it, you know, all that fun stuff. Maybe there's just something buggy going on where it's not letting you click the button. I know, Timby, I saw your enormous bed. It's beautiful. It even had like a beautiful cover on it and everything. Oh, and then I discovered you can build a bed block. Nice. But that's not nearly as fun as building your own bed. Same with the tree. So she's saying there's a block that allows you to like create a bed. Oh yeah, there is a block that is a bed, right? Same as if, but you're not like building your own bed. So that's no fun. There's also blocks where you can like grow trees. So sometimes I have people build a tree and then I show them that and they're like, but I just built a tree. I'm like, yeah, but you learned, and that was way more fun than using the, you know, the tree sapling and then fertilizing it and growing a tree. Although that is fun. That is fun too. All right. Other questions, thoughts? Do you understand the build plate concept of like a management technique that each student's on their own little area, they're building away, you're able to fly around, see what they're doing?
Okay, now I'm in and I have no idea where to go. I'm so sorry. I'm so far behind.
You see this area right here.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in there with.
Yeah, run up to one of these little spots.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which one. You don't want to go to one that's already been clicked, so it'll kind of look like this if it's already been clicked.
Okay.
You want to run up to one that looks like this, and you click
Like
the
a
button, and that transports you to your build plate.
I think I did it.
Woohoo!
Okay, so sorry. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no worries.
I
There's
think
the
I'm there.
bed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So here's Thimby's beautiful bed here. She's got her beautiful comforter, some like blue carpet going on, a headboard. Wow. This is This is beautiful. Let's go down so we can see it a little bit better. Boop. There we go. There we go. Okay. How are we doing on time, by the way? Oh, we're good. Let me see if I can find anybody else in the world. So normally when you're on like even a fairly decent internet connection, the only time I've ever had issues with multiplayer worlds not like rendering and being able to see each other is on conference Wi-Fi and hotel Wi-Fi. I've never had an issue on school Wi-Fi ever, just FYI. So hopefully that's not an issue like the issue I'm having today. I could move a little faster here. Yeah, for some reason I'm only seeing Thimby. Nobody else is. Oh, wait, who's that? There's somebody. Whoever is this person. There you are. That might be Wendy. Anyway. Okay, so let me hop back over to my slides. Any questions about the world builder mode and understanding how to /WB enter that turns world builder mode true or on? So you'll see a little thing that'll say true that pops up on the screen. That's just how they just Minecraft speak. So that's the way I have to think about it is if you see true, it means on. If you see false, it means off. You can also test it, right? So here, let me actually show you this. Sorry, I'm going to hop back into Minecraft one more time. Because this is important to understand. So right now, I'm in world builder mode on. Okay. I can test that. Oh, sorry, my spacebar got stuck. I can test it because I can move outside of these build plates. Let me just show you. All right, so see how I'm outside the build plate. So I know that world builder mode is on because those border blocks are not doing what they should be doing if it was off. Let me go back to the build plate. We'll join, I think this is Wendy here. Join her in her build plate here. I'm going to do /WB enter. World builder mode is now false or off. Look what happens when I try to leave this build plate. Boop, I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere no matter how high I fly up. I am stuck. Look, in this build plate. Nothing else is happening. So that's just another way if you're like, I don't understand the true, false, on, off. Just keep doing /WB. I have to do that sometimes. Like, where am I? I don't know what I'm doing. And then just test to see if like the border blocks are working or not. That's a good way to know if you're in world builder mode or not. All right. Back over to my slides. Now let's talk about how do you host your own multiplayer worlds. It's super, super simple. A couple things to know. Since Minecraft worlds are saved locally, we talked about this, I think on day 1, remember, it might have been day 2. Minecraft worlds are not cloud-based, they're saved locally. So they're saved on whatever device that you're on. Whoever is the host of the world is saved on the host device. So Thimby, for example, you have that beautiful bed that you created. Love it. It's in my world that I'm hosting. So when I end this multiplayer session, you're not going to have access to that world anymore. Okay. So that's just something to think about. That also means if you're the host, you have to stay active or I shouldn't even say active. You can be paused, but you have to have that world running on your device. Once you exit out of Minecraft, save and close that world, it's going to kick anybody else that's in that multiplayer world out. Okay. The host, I already said that. All right. So those are just a few to knows. In order to host, you're going to find whatever world you want to host. So let's say you wanted to use this build a simple house world. You'd go to your worlds, you'd find it, you click that world, and instead of hitting play, you click host. That sends you into the world. When you hit the escape key to pause, it will then send you to this tab. So every time that we've paused the game before, you've been in this first tab, and that's where you can like save and exit. If you click the second tab, that's where you can grab your join code. You can manage everybody that is in your world. You can also stop hosting. So at any point you can hit the stop hosting button and it's going to kick everybody out of the multiplayer world if you're the host. Okay. So that's where you'll grab that join code. And like I said, you'll probably see 4 codes instead of 3 like I have, most likely. Okay. The other thing to know here, which I don't think I put on a slide, that is in a video on the slides as well, is when you're in a multiplayer world. Let me just show you what this looks like. So see here, I can see everyone that's in my world. And if this was your students and their accounts, you would actually see their names, right? I'm just seeing ECT because we're using those demo accounts, remember? But right here, see where it looks like this little crown? This is where you can change the permissions for your students. Now, this is a little tricky because those demo accounts are set up to be teacher accounts. So automatically, no matter what, I can't change your permissions. You're always an operator. So you can turn World Builder mode off and on. Your students, when they enter a multiplayer world, I can't actually remember what is it called at the moment, and I can't go out to check it. It tells you in the settings of a world, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to kick you guys out of my world, what the different permission levels are. And I can't remember what there's 2 other permission levels, but basically the one that it'll default them to is basically like a student mode. So operator is like a teacher mode. They can turn World Builder mode on and off. I think it's just called player is like a student mode. They cannot turn World Builder mode on and off. Okay. And that's about that. That's how to host a world. So one other thing to think about is that you can be the host and you can have all of your students join. The other thing you can do is you can do small groups. So you could have students in groups and you have a world host in the group, and that student hosts the group for all the other students in their group. Okay. So you now have 3 ways to manage Minecraft worlds in your class. You can have students join their own world, and they can always use the book and quill to export what they want. Number 2, you can use multiplayer. You be the host and all of your students join. Or number 3, you can use small groups and have a student be the host of each small group world. If you run into issues with multiplayer, like I said at the beginning, just remember, double check that you have the most recent version. Okay. Make sure that you're in the same tenant. If you've done those things and all basic troubleshooting and just you're still having an issue with multiplayer world, you can always submit a support ticket to Minecraft Education team, really for anything that you come across that's Minecraft Education questions or issues. They're really great about responding. They respond super fast and they're really helpful. So aka.ms/MEE new ticket. So it still has never been changed from Minecraft Education Edition. So that's why it's MEE new ticket. Will take you, and this is on your slides, will take you to the place where you can submit a support ticket on the website. You can also go to education.minecraft.net and submit that way. So I had you guys go into the build a house world, and we use the build plates that are in that build a house world. You can use that. You can use that with your students in your classroom, but Minecraft Education has several other build plate worlds that are already created for you. So if you go to View Library, Starter Worlds, if you remember right, I think it was last session, I showed you the blocks of grass world. It's in the Starter World section. If you click on Starter Worlds, build plates. These are all different worlds that were built for building. So there's your blocks of grass. This, where is it at? This one, actually both of these, the class build world grass, class build blocks of concrete are both just really great build plate worlds that don't have any themes. So you can just throw your students in there anytime you want them to build anything. But you will also find a lot of build plates that are themed. So like there's this mushroom island, there's different biomes. So here's a desert build plate world. There's an underwater build plate world in here. There's the Badlands build plate world. So depending upon what you're doing and what you're learning and what you're having your students build, you can maybe find a build plate world that matches your theme, or just go into one of the generic ones. All right, let me pause there before we go into lesson plan and final things and just see if there's any questions about how to join, how to host, build plate worlds. Grab a quick drink while we're waiting for questions.
Will you have question times at the end if you miss stuff?
Will I have question times at the end?
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yes.
If we have time.
Okay. All right.
I'll kind of answer that and say, remember, all 3 sessions have been recorded. So you can always go back and kind of see the instructions again and things like that.
For sure. Okay. So I just want to point out, and this is in your slides, if you go to this link right here, and I'll pop it in the chat. So aka.ms/mee, again, they haven't changed it from Minecraft Education Edition, lesson planner. This is just a short link. It'll take you to a Word document that is a lesson plan template specifically for Minecraft. Okay, so aka.ms/mee lesson planner. I put it in the chat there. I'll hop over and show you what it looks like. Especially when you're new to Minecraft. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. This is a really great resource because it kind of walks you through developing a Minecraft lesson. So it starts off with real basic stuff. You want your standard. What rubric are you going to use to grade your students' build? How long is the build or the lesson? But then it gets into really specific Minecraft things. So what type of world are you going to use? Are you going to use a blank world like blocks of grass? Are you going to use a world that's already built, that's in the library? Are you going to create your own world, right? So that's one thing to think about. Then it talks about modality, meaning what type of world are you going to do in terms of management? Are you going to have students in individual worlds? Are you going to do a group multiplayer world? Or, like I just talked about, are you going to do small group multiplayer worlds where students are hosting their own worlds? And then, so that's page 1. Page 2 talks about assessment. So you learned the book and quill. Honestly, you can use the book and quill for pretty much anything and everything, which is why I teach it over some of the other options. You didn't learn the camera and portfolio as well. We didn't talk about taking screenshots or screencast videos, but that's another way that you can have students export their builds, right? Flipgrid is an excellent tool for having students create screencast videos, and it saves all in one nice board. And you can always have students then view each other's screencast videos. So that's a great option. We did not talk about structure blocks. We didn't have time, but that basically allows you to export 3D models of your build. It's awesome. And actually, if you want to play with structure blocks, let me show you this real quick. We've got a couple minutes. Go to, oh, wait, I don't want to throw you out of here. That's right. I still have people in this world. So I won't show you, but go to your library, find the esports section and go into one of the esports worlds. The esports world have build plates just like this, but at the corner of each build plate is a structure block. And if you click it, you can kind of see if you're wanting to explore what a structure block is and look at it. So there's that. And then it kind of, oh, we didn't talk about modifications. So this section isn't going to make sense because we didn't get to any of that. And that's it. Everything else is just kind of standard lesson plan stuff. So what you could do is you could take, especially like this world section and the modality section, you could even copy this into your normal lesson plan template, whatever you use. And when you're doing Minecraft specific lessons, this might help you kind of think about those specific Minecraft management pieces. So that is just a extra resource for you to take away. let me go back over here. Sorry, I keep flipping and flipping around a lot today. There we go. Just FYI, we don't have time to talk about it, but I did put some extra slides in here about collaborative builds. So we haven't talked about this yet. This is a whole nother thing, which you're probably already thinking in your teacher brain, right? Is, well, what about having students build together in a multiplayer world? So instead of being on their own build plates, building on their own, they're actually like 2, 3. I wouldn't do more than like 3 or 4 students to start with in a team that's building together. It's super, super fun. It's so much communication, collaboration, critical thinking, problem solving. It's super fun to watch them and listen to them. I have a whole process that I kind of use to teach and kind of prep collaborative builds. So I kind of give them all jobs. So everybody's a builder, and then they kind of have their specialty roles. So we have a world host, we have a recorder where they actually like plan out their build on paper. We have a timekeeper, a team leader, an encourager. I have like all the job duties and actions and words that they use outlined on these slides for you. I do what's called, and actually I do this with even non-collaborative builds. We didn't have time to do it in this series, but I have them create what I call a build blueprint. And we actually use grid paper, because grid paper is blocks, just like Minecraft world is blocks, right? And they actually draw out and plan. This is essential with collaborative builds. You can get away with it with single person builds, right? Solo builds, but super essential with collaborative builds. So I have some examples in here. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat, of different build blueprints. Excuse me. All right, that's it. So let me wrap up here, and then hopefully we'll have a few minutes left for questions. So final check-in on hearts. That's the end of the content. Where are you at? Let me know in the chat. A scale of 1 to 10. How ready are you to use Minecraft education in your classroom or whatever education setting you're in? Woohoo, 8.5. Javier, that's a half point higher than we started today. Oh, JK, 9.5. I liked 8.5 too. 8.5 was good. A 7, that's good. Anything above 5, I'm happy with. An 8. Awesome. Very good. Oh, good question. Do you know any schools using Minecraft esports over the summer, which I might be able to visit? The one that sticks out in my brain, Fresno Unified. And I know she's totally cool with me giving up her name because she's awesome. I'll put it in the chat. Julie, and I think I spelled her last name right, Mavro George, is the head of Fresno Unified's esports program. And they pretty much do all, well, I shouldn't say they do all, but they do a lot of Minecraft. I don't know. I think they do other esports games too, but they do a ton of Minecraft education, and they're doing really cool things with it. So you can find her on Twitter. She shares lots of great things. She's super open to sharing. I've learned a lot from her on like Minecraft education esports. So, okay. All right. Yeah, so sorry, I see your message, Desiree. I was just thinking the same thing. Let's do like 4 minutes of questions while we still got the recording running. So feel free, we'll turn your mics back on if you want to questions, or if there's just something you want to share, some idea that you have. Your mics are hot now if you want to unmute.
I just want to tell you, thank you, and thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Sorry, I was muting out my coughing. You are so welcome. I hope this was helpful. Get you going. Remember, just start with something. My motto is just do it, like Nike. Like just start with something. And I haven't mentioned this yet. 2 things I should tell you is my kind of little final prep while I'm kind of waiting for questions to come in is don't wait until you feel like you're an expert or you feel like you know more than your students to use Minecraft as a learning tool. You never will know more than your students, and you're never going to feel like you're an expert. Every time I go into Minecraft, I learn something new or somebody that I'm teaching teaches me something new, literally every single time. So you can't let that hold you back. Use your students. If you have kids in your class that are Minecraft players, utilize them, right? Take advantage of them. And then my second kind of pep talk is, and I should have put this on a slide and I forgot, I have a sticker, and actually I should have grabbed my Google form to share. Let me see. I'm going to stop my sharing just real quick. We've got a couple minutes here. I'm going to grab this Google form because I have this really cool sticker. I just thought of that.
While you're getting that, we have 2 questions.
Oh, sure.
So one, so are you getting your Google form? Is survival option available in Minecraft education?
Yeah, absolutely. It's available. So if you want to go explore survival mode, you definitely can.
And then we have Thimby, if I'm saying your name correctly, on the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. It's Tempe actually, Silent H.
Oh, Tembe, so I've been saying your name wrong the whole time.
That's okay. I've
Me.
really enjoyed the session, so thank you. I just wondered, how easy is it to adapt the worlds that other people have created? So, for example, there's one called Digital Classroom, and rather than use that classroom where the chairs and tables are all structured, I'd love the students to look at that and say, how would you design your own classroom?
Oh,
Is that possible?
in that case, what you would do is you would have each student open that world on their own, right? And they're going to be in world builder mode on, and they can start editing and doing whatever they want. Just
Okay.
does that make sense? Like you're just letting them create at that point, edit.
Yeah.
If it's the students editing.
Yeah, it's the students. Okay.
Yeah, does
Can
that
you
make sense?
Can you get rid of stuff in those worlds?
Yeah, as long as there's not like those border blocks, allow blocks, deny blocks. But if they're in their own world, they can do, they're not in world builder mode off, right?
Mhm.
So they can go do whatever, they can turn world builder mode on and do whatever they want, just edit away.
Great. Thank
Does
you.
that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So last thing here, and then we better quit. Hold on a sec. Let me pull this up and then I'll reshare my screen. So I just put in the chat a link to this form. Let me reshare my screen here. There we go. So if you want to fill this Google form out, the link is in the chat. I share this on my social media a lot too, so you can always go to my social media if you're watching the recording. If you want one of these stickers, it says, I am a Minecrafter of learning. And it has the Minecraft education site and my Twitter handle on there so you can connect with me. But this is a really good reminder that you don't have to be an expert in Minecraft to use it as a learning tool, right? You are the crafter of the learning experience as the teacher. So you just need to understand the basics of how Minecraft works and then be able to take it and figure out how it's going to integrate into your curriculum, right? So you're the crafter of the learning experience. So if you fill this out, I will email you, I will mail you one. US only, sorry. The international mailing is just way too expensive to mail a single sticker. So US only, I will mail you a few of these stickers. Okay, Desiree, we can
And I do have a question. Is this something for people watching the recording as well? Because if so,
yeah,
then I'll put the link on the website.
absolutely. Yeah, and I'll add it into the slides too.
Oh, perfect. So it'll be on your resource. It'll be on the slides. So remember, you can get the slides on the website. It is your resource. So when you see resources, you can click there and then this link will be on the slide. So perfect. All right, Linda, I can't believe this is the end, but thank you so very much. I know I just kind of came out the blue and was like, Lindy, we should do a Minecraft series this summer. And you were just so game for it. So thank you so much for doing this. I know it could have been longer. Thank you so very much.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.